But that chutney would also work really well with salmon. So if you, in the summer, you could pan fry a nice bit of salmon and serve that with it. And you can actually leave it in the fridge and it'll last for about sort of 4 or 5 days because you've got the palm sugar in there. You must use that palm sugar and tamarind when you can get it. Happy with that?
That's good.
Well, best look in your album on the tour.
Thank you very much.
Your album is?
It's called 8.
It's called 8. And remember, it's called 8, but track 3. It's brilliant. Well, that's all for today on Saturday Kitchen Live. Thanks to Ashley Palmer-Watts, Tom Kerridge and Nick Kershaw. Cheers to Peter Richards for the wine choices. And remember, all of today's recipes are, of course, on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. And now we're taking a break from cooking live on Saturday. It's just for the summer. A bit delayed reaction, isn't it? Harry's not very happy. There you go. But don't panic. I'm back tomorrow with more Best Bites to share with you. That's over on BBC 2 at 10 o'clock tomorrow. And they continue right throughout the summer, of course. So you won't be short of great ideas. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Enjoy the Olympics. Have a great summer. We'll see you back in September with a whole new set and HD. Bye for now.
And you can discover more recipes with the Saturday Kitchen at Home BBC book. And tomatoes get the Raymond Blanc kitchen secret treatment next here on BBC One.
I just couldn't believe it. You see people on TV fast starting, you say, that's bad luck. Then you feel how bad it is.
He's survived the lows and ridden the highs. So what's his secret to success?
When you're training, it's all fun. You can't take it too serious. It's your conscience speaking. Retire, don't play football.
Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive. Monday at 10:35 on BBC One and BBC One HD.
Going for gold. British athletes talk about their Olympic dreams at 1:30 this afternoon. Now, though, BBC One has a few kitchen secrets.
For the last 35 years, renowned chef Raymond Blanc has inspired the world with his cooking.
It's about celebrating that gorgeous, glorious food and sharing a special moment with your loved ones.
Now he's opening his kitchen and sharing his secrets.
I've made all the mistakes which could be made, so you don't have to make them yourself.
Showing, with a little effort,
Food is so beautiful.
anyone can bring some joy to the dinner table.
Even the most complicated dish is not impossible to make.
On Kitchen Secrets, Raymond shares his favourite tomato recipes.
It's so simple.
With his mother's quick and easy salad,
Voila!
a fresh and light tomato essence risotto,
You can see that creaminess.
a simple supper of stuffed tomatoes, and finally a celebration of the tomato in the most delicate of dishes.
They are so simple to translate in wonderful cooking. They are amazing. Voila, bon appétit.
Raymond's working kitchen in Oxfordshire is where his dishes come to life.
Bon appétit, s'il vous plaît, Adam. Can somebody always here, okay, guys? Always here, stand up here, okay, to watch, okay? We'll have the same bowl as that, guys. And give me 10 of those, okay? So we have plenty, voila, okay? I work with Adam for now 6 years. 6 years, Adam? I found a yellow of Picardy.
Every tomato has its place in a different recipe.
This variety is a Marmande, and a very fat Marmande, the best of its kind.
The Marmande tomato is used in one of Raymond's favourite childhood dishes, Maman Blanc's tomato salad.
Maman Blanc would turn it out every Sunday or sometimes every twice or 3 times a week. It took her exactly 5 minutes to do. I would run in the garden, pick up the tomatoes. They were not supermarket tomatoes. They were all ugly, in some way, all misshapen. But my God, how they tasted. So, not too fine, okay, nice thickness, with a nice texture. Something too thin, you feel frustrated. You don't bite into it. Look at that color, it's absolutely amazing. can see all that juice, okay? Remember that cooking is a simple creative process which is so rewarding. And it's also an act of love. I simply look at it as an act of love. My family, my friends, even when I cook with my team, that's the culture we create. It's an act of love. Dressing is so simple. Okay, you don't need to be called Raymond Blanc to do it, okay? Voilà. We have a bit of shallot, that's plenty here, okay? With a mustard. The way my mom does it, she put everything together. A bit of mustard. A bit of garlic, because the French cannot help it, why not? Got me. Oh, he got me. He really got me right in the eye. Very, very fine. Like that. Lovely. Very lovely. It's a rapeseed oil. It's a beautiful, neutral flavor. And then she would pour vinegar. Hot water, Adam, please. Okay, très bien, merci.
To help blend your dressing, add hot water at the end.
Okay, and look, you see, suddenly we are getting this wonderfully silky dressing. All that salt, vinegar, will start almost curing the tomatoes, softening the cells. Voilà, come on you.
The salad is topped off with chopped parsley, red onion and basil.
Voilà, bon appétit.
There are more than 10,000 known varieties of tomatoes worldwide.
Very, very French. Cœur de bœuf, oxheart. Okay, are fantastic.
Each variety of tomato has a different proportion of flesh to seeds, giving it a particular purpose in the kitchen.
So let's have a look at that tomato. That is why this tomato is for sauce. You see, very little pips, very little juice, mostly flesh, and that's perfect for tomato sauce. Yeah. That's why all over the world it is used, or at least in Italy, or the guys who know their tomato will do a sauce with this one.
Inspired by the juice of maman's salad,
It's so simple and so completely lovely.
Raymond's next dish is risotto, made with tomato essence.
When I became a cook, I wanted to extract the jus, but in a large volume. And it took so many months of painful work. And eventually, I said, that's it, bingo, done. Instead of using a stock, a chicken stock or other, you are using the essence to create the whitest tomato essence risotto. I'm going to break down, crush my tomatoes.
Every year, Raymond grows and trials up to 40 varieties of tomato. He's using the Casey variety of cherry tomato to make his essence.
Lovely balance of flesh, sweetness, acidity, but it's so flavorful. It's almost perfumed, you know? I want to crush them, okay, but not puree them.
After pulsing the tomatoes, make a marinade.
Elements of
Chopping celery,
a bit of celery, that much, no more.
garlic, shallot
They never end.
and fennel.
So that's plenty, okay?
This is added to the crushed tomatoes along with some herbs.
A bit of basilic. Where's my time? Time, where are you hiding? Here we are. Voila, that's plenty. This is layers and layers and layers of flavors. First, I want to have my tomato experience. Then behind I go, ooh, what was that? Oh, I feel the celery. And then I feel a bit of Worcester, that's a bit of spicing. And then at the end, when I finish, a little touch of bitterness. dash of angostura. Voilà. With very little. A little bit of Tabasco.
Mix well. Then put it in the fridge to let the flavours infuse.
Trust me, you can make this essence. It may seem very complicated, but it's well worth doing because the flavors are absolutely amazing. And this one, we have marinated it 6 hours ago, and it is ready now. Scent, smell, looks. Lovely smell.
Next, take a clean sheet.
It's not a flag of surrender. Maybe just wet it. Voila, nice strained. Voila, place it in here. It will become a perfectly gold liquid and will capture the heart of that tomato.
Raymond has been producing tomato essence in this way for 20 years.
Me, Adam, can you give me a quick hand, please?
It's the basis of many of his most famous recipes.
Très bien. See, all that jus, all the pigmentation, wonderfully gone. Ah, ha, ha. We're going to lose our spaghetti, yes. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's perfect. It's a very funny contraception, in a way. Contraception? No, contraption. No, as a cook, you always, sometimes have to get on with it and find some solutions.
To capture as much essence as possible, Raymond hangs the tomatoes overnight.
You mustn't press that bag. You would feel to go faster, okay? You feel very tempted to take it by the throat and press, but you don't want that because you will get all the reddish color that's quite bitter. The jus here is so clear, so distilled, so pure. So you see, it's drip, 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 drip. That's why you've got to be a bit patient. You have to wait a little bit, but it's worth it. The most extraordinary extraction of the tomato, the essence, okay? And that's going to be the base stock for the risotto. Adam, please. I don't like to do that with a proper spoon. Give me a spoon, Mumti. Okay. Oh, God. We start very much the traditional way. Of course, sweeten our onions. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of garlic. Smell all the time. These wonderful things taking over your cuisine. That's what it's all about. Okay, très bien. Now I've got my rice, the carnaroli rice, and I've got 200 grams here, and I'm pouring it in here. Okay?
Carnaroli is a widely available risotto rice, which gives a creamy finish.
Don't forget to season your risotto. 1, 2.
Raymond adds butternut squash, but instead of meat stock, he uses the tomato essence and hot water. This creates a light, clean flavour and a clear white risotto.
Now we're going to really depart from tradition, because I found a little technique, which I'm sure my Italian friends will not like, but which works extremely well. Because I'm not going to stir it.
Normally, risotto is stirred continually to prevent the rice from sticking and to release starch. But Raymond leaves his rice to cook untouched.
And I bring it exactly to the temperature I want. And the temperature I want, you can actually see it, is one tiny little bubble rising on the side of that pan. And then the water will not boil, and the rice will start absorbing all this wonderful essence of tomato. It will take about 15 minutes. Have a stroll in the garden, a nice glass of wine, and just relax a little bit, okay? Rather than sweating at the stove, stirring your risotto. And now we're going to work the starch. Now we're going to stir it away. Now we're going to extract all of the starches, which is going to give that wonderful creaminess. Okay? So I add my courgette, a bit of fennel, my coriander seeds. The rice some of it is still uncooked, okay? Nearly. That takes exactly 5 minutes to finish off. So instead of sweating 20 minutes, you only sweat 5 minutes. Très bien. Look at that beautiful white rice, full of tomato fragrance. Now your rice is fluffing up. The starch is leaking out beautifully. You can see that creaminess, okay? Voilà, that's nearly ready.
To finish, add mascarpone cheese, peas, and parmesan.
Voilà, lovely. A beautifully creamy risotto, falling off the spoon perfectly.
Dress the dish with roasted tomatoes, a drop more essence,
Voilà, bon appétit.
and a sprig of fresh herbs. The tomato season in Great Britain runs from March to November.
When you go to the supermarket, that's what you get, okay? And they are all red, they're all uniform, and they're all perfect.
To meet all year-round demand, tomatoes are imported and grown hydroponically, where plants are fed nutrient solutions instead of getting them from soil.
So all these tomatoes are grown into huge spaces where the air is controlled, the humidity is controlled, the heat is controlled. Okay, no disease, but very cleverly done. Huh? So is it good? Is it bad? It certainly works.
The heart of tomato-growing country. Preston, Lancashire. At one of the UK's largest hydroponic tomato nurseries, Raymond's meeting development executive Bernard Sparks, who has worked in the tomato industry for over 30 years.
Nice to see your tomato kingdom here, and my God, what a kingdom. Thousands and thousands and thousands of tomato plants.
The nursery produces 150 million fruits a year from 15 varieties.
You may treat me as an old-fashioned boy. I can assure you, to me, still, I love the idea of a fruit, of a vegetable, a herb grown into earth. My father made me taste earth at the age of 7, okay? Not just smell it, look at it, I tasted it.
Good.
So are you telling me that your system is actually better than growing them on earth?
I'm going to prove to you that our hydroponically grown tomatoes are as good across the whole year as tomatoes grown in the soil. And,
Okay,
and
that's
consistency and continuity
No.
is hugely important
That's
to
fun
us.
to be counted. Let's go and test
Let's have a
the
look.
tomatoes.
Let's have a look.
These vines are so beautifully arranged.
At the end of the season, we're talking about a 12 to 14 metre long
Wow.
length of stem. And that will have something like 28 to 30 trusses of tomatoes on the plant. And I've read in your book, Raymond, that your mother used to ripen tomatoes,
Yeah.
or probably still does, on the windowsill.
On the windowsill, yeah.
Outrageous.
Really?
This
You expect to say that to my mum? You've been in trouble. You tell her
I
yourself.
need
You
her
tell her.
I need her telephone number. I must come and visit. But you're not eaten one yet.
I'm
Come
going
on.
to now. Okay.
You must.
Okay, I'll take that top here. Okay. It's a very, very good tomato, and I will not say it if it wasn't to please you, but it's a very good tomato. I didn't say it was the best tomato, but it's a
noticed.
very good tomato.
What we're doing, and it's exactly the same as in the soil, except we haven't got the worms, we haven't got all the microbes you're talking about. You can argue about this till the cows come home.
Yeah, you can, and I
yeah.
would. Who's going to have the last one?
Not me. I'm going to eat that one.
You're a typical
I'm gonna eat that
Englishman.
one. I'm
You're
gonna
a
eat that-
typical Englishman, never the last one.
I'm gonna eat that
Frenchman, no problem.
To match the taste benefits soil brings to the fruit, new growing methods are being developed by chief tomato grower Andy Rowe.
I'd like to show you the wood chip,
Oh yes, that eco, what do you call it?
eco-fibre.
Andy's developed a pioneering system using the byproduct from sawmills as a soil replacement.
Oh yes, that's much better. Oh yes, look at that.
That smells alive. You can smell it.
Lovely smell. It's not rotten. It's alive. It's
Yeah.
earth which is alive. So you are telling me that that earth which you have created effectively, okay, is as good as my mum's earth, where the tomato gets its nutrients deep in the soil?
Yes, I am. It's as good as.
Let's taste it. You can see that's the perfect tomato, and the balance will be just what. You can actually see how it tastes.
Thank you very much.
And one on me.
Thank you.
I cannot dissociate food from the soil. I can't. I simply can't. But to see that earth, that fabric of earth, where you have fungi, you've got organisms, you've got all sorts of things moving around, that is exciting. Have you got a recipe for tomato sauce?
A quick family meal using beef tomatoes is Raymond's next dish.
We are going to do a very simple dish, stuffed tomato, which is really part of very much of the French repertoire because it's so delicious and it's so simple. They're ready to be stuffed, begging to be stuffed. Okay, I'm going to sit them up very nicely, just so they don't wobble and roll over like little Humpty Dumptys. And you just nicely scoop it out. So I'm going to leave as much flesh as possible inside. Très bien. I've got my ingredients here, minced pork. I've got fresh breadcrumbs, not dried, fresh breadcrumbs will help the meat not to be so tough.
Add egg yolk, parsley, tarragon, garlic, and shallot.
Okay, that's a very French thing. Garlic, shallots, parsley, hint of tarragon. Okay, that's a classic.
Olive oil,
Voilà.
and grated cheese,
A bit of Comté cheese, okay, because I cannot help it, I come from that region.
and season.
Can you give me next time a big giant mill pepper, please? Always taste, even raw pork, what a chef does. It's a duty, okay? A cook at home might not do that. Your stuffing just inside. Très bien. So it's very much simple family meal. You could do wonderful hamburger as well. Goes back to years, I mean really years. Just slide them into the oven, 180 preheated, for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, according to our big they are. Adam? Yeah? Can you give me some basilic, please? Couple of leaves? Can you give me some basilic? Good.
To accompany the dish, tomato sauce, made from stewed plum tomatoes, onions, garlic,
Voilà.
and a handful of basil.
Personally, I like it like that. Interesting. That is cooked beautifully. Oh, come on. Oh, up, stuck away. Come on. Whoop.
Add the sauce
Pass empty.
and roughly chopped parsley.
Of course, you can use chive. Okay, so just simply simple, home cooked. Obviously, you can change, the mincemeat by fish, by risotto, any bits you have left in your fridge. Basically, almost you can put it inside the tomato, and it's simple enough to make.
Raymond's kitchen garden is his pride and joy. It holds over 100 varieties of herbs and spices.
Wonderful flavor, so aniseed, so wonderfully sweet.
For his final dish, Raymond's looking for a mixture of delicate herbs, like these garlic flowers.
You only use the seeds part here, okay, of the flour. It's very powerful as well. And that will go into a little gelée.
Cooking for the last 35 years, Raymond's still passionate about creating new dishes with his favourite ingredients.
When you make something lovely for friends or family, it's always that little bit more effort. And it's rewarding for them as much as it is for you.
He's created a new recipe, a celebration of the simple tomato, Using tomato essence as his base ingredient, it's 5 dishes in one. A simple salad sits alongside a granita, tomato jelly, consommé, and a sorbet. First, the tomato jelly.
So, with these wonderful little textures here, tomatoes and all, I'm going to make my gelée, okay? So I take about 200 grams. I'm going to have only half leaf of gelatin, okay, into a little bit of essence of tomato.
When the gelatine's melted, pour into cold tomato essence and leave to thicken.
Très bien. Fine, let's move that on. So, meanwhile, what I can do is to start picking up all my little flowers, harvesting my flowers.
Bringing the tomato jelly to life, Raymond's garden herbs.
They are so delicate, they're so beautiful.
Garlic flowers, fennel, coriander seeds and basil.
Adam is beheading the little baby basilic. It's guillotiné.
And the pips of colourful tomatoes.
It is so incredibly beautiful. Look at that. It's like a yellow strawberry. Can you freeze that as well, Mti? Freeze it so it's nice and cold. Très bien. So now the cold is acting on the gelée, on the gelatin, start to thicken. I want it to acquire texture so the solids don't sink in the bottom but remain as exactly where I want them to be. I'm in charge, not them. Voila. And then I'm going to play with it, okay? Okay, très bien. When I think of tomatoes, okay, I think of so many images, piled up, jumbled up, all sorts of ideas of flavors, textures, things I've seen. Just sprinkle your little herby things. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you want to. Chandan, please. Take a tray, mon petit, take a tray. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, mon petit. Merci. Okay.
The tomato and herb jelly takes an hour in the fridge to set. Next, a tomato salad.
I've decided those tomatoes, so now I'm using, okay, the flesh to make a tomato salad.
Marinated in shallots, basil, olive oil, and a dash of white wine vinegar.
There's nothing really clever. It just celebrates a particular produce. Okay, so now it is absolutely beautiful. Does it taste as it looks? Lovely. No, a rectangular plate which has to be put in the freezer so I can put the gelée on it, please. Voilà. Can we have a few more plates like that ready, please?
3 parts of the dish are ready. Tomato jelly, consommé of pure tomato essence,
Lovely gold liquid.
and the tomato salad.
A little bit of mozzarella. Just break it up in little pieces like that. Much nicer.
Both of the final elements are made from tomato essence, which has been frozen.
So we have the same. Okay, two essences which are ready. One is ready to be turned into a sorbet. The other one grated into a granita. That's what we have. And on.
To make the sorbet, you can put tomato essence into an ice cream maker.
See, all that is powdered snow. We just need to compact a beautiful sorbet. Look. Come on, little one. And the granita. We just simply grate the ice. Totally different texture, you know? Just like big, lovely crystal.
A granita is a frozen dessert popular in Italy. It has a crystallized texture made by scraping or shaving frozen fruit juice.
Very simple, lovely, well, complicated simplicity. It's a theme, okay, there's 5 dishes within one. So of course it's quite complex, quite difficult, but you can take any of those dishes you can easily translate it into your own home, for your friends and for your family, and worth the effort. How many millions of dishes have been made with a single tomato, and there's still millions other dishes to be discovered. Always be curious. If you lose your curiosity, you die a little, and your food dies a little. If we were to be told that there would be no tomatoes ever, I think that the whole heart of the world would beat a little bit slower. What a shame.
The Man in the Hat is back, film action with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom this evening at 6:30. And after the news at midday, Len Goodman joins Bargain Hunt at 12:15.
Servant, we grow restless. The days drag by so slowly, and we are want of entertainment. We demand a plan for every day.
But Your Highness, the weather here is most strange. What plans can I make?
You will have to find a way.
How about picnic tomorrow, bowling on Wednesday?
With our new hourly forecasts and extra locations closer to you, you can stay one step ahead of the weather this summer with the BBC Weather website.
Excellent.
Now on BBC One, the news at midday with Tim Wilcox.
Good afternoon. The chief executive of G4S has said he only learned his company wouldn't be able to provide thousands of security guards for the Olympics in the past 9 days. Nick Buckles apologised and said his company would now make a loss of up to £50 million on the contract. Thousands of troops are having to be drafted in to provide security for the Games. Richard Lister reports.
It's the biggest security operation in Britain since the Second World War. From today, an air exclusion zone comes into force over London, but the problem is not in the air, but on the ground. The surprise announcement that thousands more troops will be needed to provide security at the Games has cast doubt on just how well organised this aspect of the Olympics has been. G4S will now pay for redeploying those troops, as well as a multi-million-pound penalty. Its chief executive says they underestimated the task.
Security of the Olympics has always been delivered by a large number of individual elements. We were part of that mix. Clearly we aren't going to deliver on our element, and we're very, very disappointed about that and embarrassed, and we're very sorry about it.
The problem only came to light as Olympic venues were finished and put under lockdown in readiness for the Games. When G4S failed to provide its share of security personnel, the process was shown to have unravelled, raising questions about why it's taken so long to find out. Last December, organisers realised they'd seriously underestimated the number of guards they needed and more than doubled the total to 23,700. G4S accepted a bigger contract to supply 10,000 of those, while the military agreed to provide